Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We've got this. First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's go!
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Under. Silent. Tiger. Buzz.
Now Foles. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks him. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll give it to Mixon. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
The catch made by Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Elliott good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 2nd and 12, Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Foles. And the pressure gets to him again. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Our first update now comes from Atlanta, and the Bucs are out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That's good for the Texans. First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, 24.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Out of the gun, Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Rolling to his left. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Check, 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 check. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 4, check 4.
Mixon with a first down carry. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Let's go. Shit, shit. Let's go. My ball. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Here's a run with Mixon. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Loss of 2 brings up second and goal at the Jaguars' 5-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Show it up. Show alert, alert.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Tariq Cohen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
50 wants the mic. 50 wants the mic. You. Hey, Orbit.
Here's Foles. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, it could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock.
Run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the slant. 47.
Now it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Hey, 59! 66, pull it, high.
Hey, check Mike 47.
Alert!
Mike 47.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Hey, no timeout.
And that'll set him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Watch the pass. Here we go. 59. That's it. Watch the shit. Hey, what? 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Flat. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Hey, Echo.
Let's go, defense.
Fournette running right. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
6-6, pull it high.
Safety screen.
Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
Go. Go.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Go, go.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 9-yard line.
Go, go,
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Down, he's coming.
Come, baby. Woo! Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
And what's that? And what's the ball?
Check.
24.
Check.
20.
Hey, 59.
Check 25.
Hey, we got to snap it. Line up, go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch QB's up. Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Yeah, go, let's go.
41's coming. 41's a Mike.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Check 43.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
2nd and 10. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Hey, go. Sound good.
51 to Mike, boy. 51.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A quick throw finding Lee out wide. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee, as the first half is winding down, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Lambeau on for the extra point. And this is no good as well. He's missed twice now, and that's the difference in this ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. This will be fielded at the 6. Dances by him. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Come on, D.
Now Watson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm here all day. I'm here.
Here's Watson. And he completes it to Cohen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 16. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. We got to step it up. 47 miles, 47 miles.
Watson. He's got Fuller. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after him early and try and create a big play.
It got his man complete. He got 29 yards that time.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Check 55 to Mike. Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, I 7.
55, Mike 55.
2nd and 13. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Where'd he go?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Watson now to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
You go 22, jet cover. 22.
A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Texans on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Mixon with it. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Let's go, D. To the car. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Straight. To the car. Heavy. And 54. And go.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. Buying time to his left. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Mixon. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Fournette running out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Here's Foles. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Easy.
55, Mike, 55.
Hey, exit.
Hey, check right. Watch it divide. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check three. Alert flare.
Now Foles. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
13.
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Foles now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. That one complete. He finds Shark. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go. Great.
Hey, Mike 51.
Hey, Wahoo.
51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Turbo 64.
Mike 51. 3 buzz. Right here, guys. Fight.
Looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a one-score game with a 2-point conversion. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And checking the timeouts. They do have two defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And Watson's going to throw it here. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I'm coming after you.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
And they take a knee. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Texans, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.